Hey, it's Tim. It's Friday. My good pal, Guy, is, look, I'm guessing he's probably hiding somewhere. It's been a really rough run for the Yanks. It's not even getting swept and taking the brooms out with the Rays, the team that they have to beat, but the injury bug has really caught those Yanks. I mean, when I hear forearm flexor, I think about a Dr. James Andrews or a Dr. Frank Jobe, and anyone that's a baseball fan knows who those guys are. Those are the guys that do Tommy John surgeries or worse. And it's unfortunate because this was also a weekend when Guy was going to be expecting to see, you know, that apple you like guy that goes up and down in Queens every time the Mets go yard. And with the AAA pitchers you're bringing up because half your staff is injured, we would have seen the apple going up and down all weekend. And I know you love that apple. You've talked about it. So look, what's going on with the Big Apple? And I don't mean New York City. I mean Cupertino. The fact that Apple today went up 5%. This is bigger than Kevin Mitchell, Darryl Strawberry, Gary Carter, and all the 86 Mets rolled up into one home run. This is nothing short of a emphatic exclamation point on a run that we've never seen before. I'm going to get out there and say that. You've never seen a move in a stock like this because there's no company like Apple, and there's never been the biggest company in the world that's moved like this. And like this means it's up 55% since COVID. So in other words, forget the move down in the 140%, but if you just kind of kept moving, the stock's up 40% since its earnings. The stock's up 238% since Jan of 2019. So the question is this Apple going to continue to rise just like the one does in Queens every time the Mets hit a home run? And again, sad day for baseball because the Subway Series, even if you're not from New York, is a fun time. And getting through COVID-19 as a baseball fan, not easy. Postpone the series. Guy, it's probably going to be okay. And maybe it's best for you guys because you guys need to lick your wounds. What should investors do? Are you licking your wounds as it relates to either being on the sidelines and missing this? Nobody is short this stock, I hope. But the real question is, have you missed the rally? What are you supposed to do with Apple at this point? And here's what I want to point out. Apple, for all of the moves that it's had, and I mean the heroic moves that I just described, and really the chart over the last 5 years that is nothing short of extraordinary, but you have had drawdowns. When do you get that opportunity in Apple? Because clearly there is often a letdown after a product release, after we get an announcement on China. These are the moments that you've actually had drawdowns of 20 to 40% in Apple. And I remind you, 4Q 2018 set the stage for that enormous buying opportunity. And part of the reason we had that move off of really Jan 2019 is because Apple fell 40% in the fourth quarter of 2018 on a combination of China and really, I think, an expectation that the holiday season, which is typically what has been, the driver for the year for Apple, was going to be weak. Well, look, the question you have to ask yourself, investors, is China getting better or worse? And the rhetoric, we talk about it all the time. Guy points it out. I point it out. I do think that China right now is whistling past some type of a graveyard, even if it's not their fault. And ultimately, when you think about the biggest tech companies in the world, China's got two of them. And if you don't own them, they're also worth taking a look at. Alibaba and Tencent. But this is about a clash of the titans at some point. I do think you're going to get an opportunity to buy Apple cheaper. And as much as it's painful for people to watch this trade, or people that trimmed Apple at 3.25, we've talked about levels in this stock, on Fast Money for weeks and now months. And very few people have been saying buy it with two hands. So look, I think Apple is going to continue to go yard, much like the Mets and the Yankees. I think maybe you're taking a break this weekend. I don't think you're chasing Apple Monday morning if you don't own it. And think about those opportunities to buy a pullback. The bottom line here is a lot of news around Apple, whether it's Fortnite, Epic Games, the App Store, the story in terms of 5G, the release, and when you're going to actually start to see, Apple Plus and Apple TV and some of these other drivers continue to flood that flywheel for Apple. Take a break, just like baseball. Guy, you take a break and put a little ice on that elbow this weekend. I'm Tim. Have a great weekend.